and happy Capesmas! This project has been half a year in the making, and I hope that y'all are excited for it because I am very excited to be sharing everything I've made with you. But first, the elephant in the room. Shannon Makes did Cape Timber, and there was a Cape cult last year. Well, let me let you in on a little bit of a secret here. Basically, all of CostTube has one brain cell, and it is perpetually bouncing around like a child whose mom decided to go sugar and carb free a year ago. But now, like, she brings him to a kid's birthday party and just, you know, lets him run wild. He's jumping around the bounce house like the whole world is about to end. Which is to say that we are often visited by similar muses. Anyway, I made capes and patterns for capes, really. That's the fun part that you're here for. There are 4 cape patterns, and I'm going to get into more of the details and the particulars in the very end of the video. But for now, we're just going to talk about the Capesmas event itself. This is going to be a super fun time, and I'm glad that you're here to spend the holidays with me. Christmas is one of my favorite times of year, especially as a maker. I love making fun handmade things and giving them to my friends and my family. I really wanted to capture that energy and share it with you. Mostly just to thank you all for the massive amounts of support and love that you've shown my channel, while also making Christmas presents for my many nieces and nephews. But right now there are 3 very important things that you need to know about capes. Number 1, capes have many occasions. You might be thinking there's no way that I would have a reason to wear a cape, and that, my friend, is where you're wrong.
Consider, if you will, that at any given moment you could need to redirect a charging bull or ginger.
What if you're walking down the street and due to some freak seam ripper accident, all of your clothes just fall right off your body except for your cape, which is somehow magically unaffected? You could just cover up with that. That's not actually a realistic scenario at all. But a very realistic scenario is that you would go over to a friend's house as soon as the panorama allows, and you'd be sitting on the couch watching a movie, having the best time of your life, except your friend doesn't have any cozy blankets. You could either lament and just be cold while you enjoy this movie, or you could wrap up all snuggly in your little cape. Honestly, watching a movie while snuggled up in your own little burrito cape is peak life experience. Ask me how I know. It's definitely not because I did exactly that while watching Carnage, which was a great movie. It was a great movie and I loved it. No one can shame me for loving the Sony Venom franchise because I lost the ability to feel shame a long time ago. Anyways, reason number 2. Capes require very little fitting or measuring. Buying a cape for a friend as a gift, or, 13 children for gifts, is a fantastic choice. Because unlike most garments, capes don't really have many specified measurements that you need to make them fit on a body. They really aren't fitted to anything but the neck. You can drape a shoulder that's like sculpted to the person's body and fits them like really nicely. There's plenty of people that do that, and there are some fantastic tutorials out there for that. But at the end of the day, a cape is just a rectangle of fabric and a hood for the most part. I will be talking at length on all the ways to fit a cape and all the ways to edit a cape pattern to make it suit your particular needs, but that will be at a later date during Capesmas. I don't know why I sung that, that's lame. Anyways, number 3! All of my capes are free! Capes take quite a bit of fabric. So to save y'all's budgets, I decided that I was going to try to make the end-all be-all one-stop shop for cape patterns. By next year, I should have that on lock. But for now, it's just a little foray into capes and their beauty. These patterns that I'm hosting are going to be free forever, and I'm going to have them available permanently at that cost. Currently, they're available on my Ko-fi store, which is always linked in the description box for all of my videos, and you can just download them right onto your computer and print them off. Neat, right? And like I said, I even have plans for more editions and fun things for next year, but you'll have to wait for those. And speaking of my Ko-fi, if you are able and would like to financially support me, all of your support helps keep the lights on. I like to keep my own costs as low as possible so that I can provide y'all with free sewing content and free patterns as much as possible. In fact, it's only cost me $400 to run this whole show, starting in September of last year and going all the way until September, and going all the way until February of next year. And I was even able to buy a fancy new microphone on eBay. This little guy is who we have to thank for the improved sound quality. Should I hold it up like this for the rest of the video so you can appreciate how beautiful it is? It frickin' glows. But honestly, don't feel any kind of pressure to support me. It means the world to me just that you watched the video all the way to the end. And if you did like this video, be sure to give it a like so that more awesome people like you can see it. And now that all the housekeeping stuff is out of the way, let's roll that beautiful cape footage.
Oh, capes, Miss Cape, oh, capes, Miss Cape, how cozy and warm you are. There's one to make you into a gnome that calls the forest and trees their home. If you want capelets, I've made two. I dyed one red and the other blue. Oh, capes, Miss Cape, oh, capes, Miss Cape, how cozy and warm you are. With dinosaurs and by a scores, another cape that could be yours. If you like running through the woods, the dust cape has a dramatic hood. Oh, capes, Miss Cape, oh, capes, Miss Cape, how cozy and warm you are.
Thank you guys for all of your support and for just being an awesome audience. Y'all are the best, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, friends! Oh, capes, Miss Cape, oh, capes, Miss Cape, I can't believe I planned part of this that would require me to sing to you. Yeah, that was a dumb move on my part. I am so sorry. I said cape instead of bean. I decided that I was going to try to make the end-all be-all one-stop shop for cape... Oh goodness. There are 4 cape patterns. Dusk, the gnome. There are 4 cape patterns, and